Good morning. Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market follow session, being the 4th of June 2025. So good to have each and every one of you around. If this is your first time joining the market follow session, you're welcome. We hold this from Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. respectively. You're very much welcome. And I'd like to crave your indulgence to kindly share the link to this market follow session with everyone on your various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible and they can get to partake. I'm pretty sure this has been useful to everyone, especially if you've been on this call for a while now. Yeah, so we have people who have been consistently showing up for these sessions, and I'm pretty sure they've been finding it useful. For this segment of the Market Scholar session, I will be analyzing DXY, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Shortly after that, CJ will be coming up for his own analysis on gold and the yen basket. Apologies for the breaking transmission. All right. All right, for the XY on the monthly time frame, right? On the monthly time frame, you can see that the overall direction is to the upside. The overall direction is actually bullish. You can't hear anything? Can you hear me now? Please be sure you can hear me. Kindly type in the chat box if you can hear me. Please, can you hear me? Okay, I'm pretty sure I can be heard now. Thank you. So on the monthly time frame for DXY, we can see that the overall direction is to the upside. But then coming here, we saw a sweep of this liquidity right here on the monthly time frame all the way to the downside. And coming down to the weekly time frame, we can see this price tapped into this very left shoulder, right? And all the way to this very other block, and we're seeing some push to the downside. All we saw right here was just a retracement into this very fair value graph, and we're seeing more push even to the downside. On the daily time frame also, we saw price tapping into this very fair value gap, although we were speculating that we wanted to see price tap into this very other block at 102.827, but price just traded into this very fair value gap right here, and we're seeing some sales to the downside. And on the 4-hour time frame also, on the 4-hour time frame, we saw this very move, and we're seeing even more push to the downside. Flipping this most recent swing from point A to point B, all we're seeing is price, tapping into, price tapped into 78.6% feed level, is holding off that point, and we're seeing some, move to the downside. Coming down to the 1-hour time frame also, in the 1-hour time frame, I'm even expecting more push to the downside, right? The base strategy, I have seen a base being formed right here, and coming down to, mark the week of the second candle and a third candle confirmation, narrowing down to the 5 minutes time frame. While I'm looking out for price to form is a bearish variation, and once I see that, I will be interested in taking more sell positions. On the 3 minutes time frame, I can also look out for my variation pattern on the 3 minutes time frame. And right here, I have spotted one. There's a variation pattern right here. At the close of this very third candle is where I'm interested in taking the sell, and that has happened. This third candle has closed, and I've seen some sells to the downside. And of course, since I wasn't at my chart to see when this played out, I wait for a retracement and another bearish variation being formed on either the 5 minutes time frame or the 3 minutes time frame. Right. Then another entry that I'm looking out for is this very left shoulder right here. Shoulder at 99.331, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. We may see price retracing and coming all the way to this left shoulder at 99.331 on the 5 minutes time frame for DXY. All the same, I am looking out for sell opportunities. I'm looking to short DXY for today down to GBP USD. GBP USD, the monthly time frame I'm seeing right here, we have seen, some break. Beg your pardon, that is quite chaotic. So we have seen a break of this very high on the monthly time frame, although the overall direction is to the downside. But we've seen a break of this very high. All I will be looking out for is some retracement before, continuing the buy, since we've seen a break of this very high, seen a break of structure. On the weekly time frame also, right, price was supposed to react off this very left shoulder right here, but instead what we saw was a box pattern failure, seeing some buy all the way down to the weekly time frame, favoring the most recent swing from point A to point B. All I want to see price do is retrace to 61.8% feed level, which coincides with this very other block at 1.32936. Of course, we always want to buy at discount. But for today on the 4-hour time frame, what am I expecting to see price do on the 4-hour time frame for DXY? Of course, I would like to see price, break this very high right here at 1.35919. Seeing that I'm looking out for buy opportunities, I am actually bullish on GBP USD for today. More of buys on GBP USD. It's quite choppy right here, right? Shoulder, sweep, break. This looks like a return to this very left shoulder at 1.34544. This has already played out and we've seen some push to the upside. Of course, seeing that, I'm looking out for, price to retrace all the way into that level on daily time frame, right? There may just be a box pattern right here, shoulder, looking like a box failure though, shoulder, sweep, break, price is within this zone, traded into this other block, and we're seeing some push to the downside. This is short-term overall. I'm looking out for buy opportunities. And once I see my entry signature, I'm going to drop that in the Telegram group. So make sure you're active as for when I will see my entry signature for the buy on GBP/USD. And I'll be dropping it right there. For now, I'm not too clear on, entries yet because I haven't seen entries playing out. And on the monthly time frame for Euro USD, I've seen a sweep of this liquidity right here, overall directions to the downside. And on the weekly time frame, was seeing even a break of this very high all the way to the upside. On daily time frame, seeing this most recent swing, this most obvious swing from point A to point B, right? Price retraced into 61.8% feed level, held at that point, and we're seeing some push to the upside. Where am I speculating that price will trade into? You want to see price trading into 1.15650. Price should clear this very high right here at 1.15739. Beg your pardon, it's 1.15739. I want to see price clearing the high at this very level on the daily time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, even more interesting, I can actually spot the box pattern for a buy on 4-hour time frame. Shoulder at 1.12555, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. All we want to see is price retracing into this very left shoulder again at 1.12563 on the 4-hour time frame. Narrowing down to the 1-hour time frame, pretty much nothing is really going on right here. So I'd want to see price aligning with my analysis for Euro USD on 4-hour time frame, a retracement into 1.12555 on the 4-hour time frame, and I will pull the trigger for a buy on Euro USD. Of course, we may be looking out for, short-term sell opportunities, right? If this had held, there's a shoulder right here, sweep to the upside, a break to the downside, but we're seeing a box pattern failure right here because price didn't even react when it traded into the very left shoulder. So I will be keeping my fingers crossed, and I'll wait for price to get to this very level on 4-hour time frame to take my buy positions on Euro USD. So this is my outlook for today. The sell on the XY, the buy on GBP USD and Euro USD. Please, if you have questions at this point, we will be taking questions. Or if you are seeing a different thing entirely from what has been analyzed, please type in the chat box and we will be seeing what this. And we will be seeing what you're seeing differently, if that makes sense. Gold will be analyzed very soon, right after this very brief break that will be going on. CJ will be coming up for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. Right, I'd like to use this opportunity to announce that the ATM cash flow training for the June edition will be a weekend class to be taking place from the 14th through to the 28th of June 2025. Chat us up on 081 6099 5030 to to register for the upcoming training. All right, so we're going on this very brief break, and right after that, we'll be having the analysis for the yen basket and precious metals. Cheers and God bless.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the market color for today, the 4th of June 2025. We're excited to have you all here today for the market color. So we're going to be moving straight into the chart as we analyze gold against the dollar. So that is the first thing I'll be analyzing this morning. Then we'll look at the yen pairs and the yen baskets. Okay. So for okay, come help me zoom in. This is gonna look like okay. Sorry, we just had to fix some things in the camera. I hope the camera is better now. Okay, so for gold against the dollar, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we said we wanted to see gold trade into somewhere around here before we get a buy. So it traded into that level, and currently it's buying back to the upside. Okay, so gold is looking to have resumed its buy trend on the daily time frame. However, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we're having a totally different story on gold. Now, based on the 4-hour time frame, gold has been giving us sells all the way to the downside. Now, it is one thing that I've really observed with gold over the years is that gold usually tend to range in these kinds of period. It just creates a very wide range and then maintains it over a long time. Okay, so this is one thing that I've seen happen on gold. Now, I think currently that gold is trading to the upside to trade into this level right here, which is this order block right here, because it looks to have created this inducement right here. So we might see gold make one more shift to the upside. Okay, so one more push to the upside for gold, and then we're in the buy zone. Sorry, in the sell zone. So I'm looking to see gold trade all the way to this upside and then sell off. So my bias for gold this period is for a buy into here and then a sell off afterwards. I think we have another level on the downside where we're expecting a sell. So this is what I'm expecting to play out on gold. Okay, so for the buy side, this is where we're expecting to buy from. Now, if you look at the 4-hour structure carefully, you see that as it broke structure here, returned back to it, and then it's been breaking structure to the upside ever since then. Also, we're looking at these diagonal liquidities that were formed somewhere around here. Gold has taken out all these other ones, and then we're expecting it to take out these guys. So it's taking out this one here, just taking out this guy. This guy is out. Next one we're expecting is this, and then into this other block. So my bias for gold is a buy. And I hope you all are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. So for yesterday, I think I was in a short of gold. I was selling gold. My TP was somewhere around here. The price was a little shy away from it. Maybe I'll share that in the Telegram group later on. But then I was selling gold. I was expecting it to get all the way to this level here before the buy to the upside, but it just came quickly into this level here and then started buying back up after approaching this fair value gap right here. So it's still normal. And then something I also realized that happened around that fair value gap was that price traded around 50% of the fair value gap and then started rejecting off. So that is one thing I would want you guys to also be looking out for. Okay, so you can see the fair value gap, look at 50% of it. Immediately price tapped it, started moving back up. So sometimes I like to measure fair value gaps and then see if it is a very wide fair value gaps, usually we see price just fill up 50% of it and continue. So that was a mistake that I made, and I would not want you guys to make the same mistake. So if you see price trading into a fair value gap and the fair value gap is very wide, then I would advise you to just look at 50% of that fair value gap. Once price fills it up, then you'll be taking the trade in our preferred direction. Okay, so that is that on gold for the higher time frame. Now let's look out for the trades that we're going to be taking on gold for today. So looking at today's analysis, let's also go on the lower time frame, starting off with 15 minutes time frame to see where we could potentially get a trade. Now, earlier today, I was expecting gold to take out this high, and it has done so. So this is where I was looking to see gold break, and it has done so earlier hours of this morning. So let me just add this so that we could see. So at the earlier hours of this morning, I was expecting it to take out this high so that to signify a buy trend for us. It has taken out the high, came back here, and now it is ready to buy. So what I'm waiting for on gold right now is an entry signature. The moment I spot an entry signature on gold, I'll be taking my buy position to the upside. So one thing I'm going to do for you guys is that I'm going to drop the markup on the Telegram group. So be attentive on the Telegram group. Always be attentive on the Telegram group. Once gold has gotten to where I want to take my buy from, I'm going to drop the signal or the markup on the Telegram group so that you too can take advantage of it. So be attentive to when we post that. So we'll be posting it later today once it is ripe for a buy. Okay, so for gold, we're looking for a buy. Then in case you have your own preferred entry method, you have your own preferred entry style or entry method that you usually like to use in the market, then if you see it on gold, it's also a good time to take those entries and then ride it all the way to the upside. Okay, so this is what I'm looking out for on gold. I'm looking out for a buy on gold, and then I'm waiting for it to get to my point of interest before I take the trade. Okay, so that is that on gold. Now let's move over to the yen. So for those who have been asking about USD JPY and the likes, let's look at it together. So for the yen, quickly on the yen, I usually like to start my analysis on the yen with the yen basket, because if you're able to get your analysis right on the yen basket and then you apply it to other pairs, usually you'll be able to get a solid bias for the day using the yen basket alone. So I like to start my analysis with the yen basket. Okay, so for the yen basket, let's quickly look at it on the higher time frame. So I use the daily time frame for my analysis on yen basket. So let's get rid of this. Now for the yen, I'm expecting it to really buy. I've been saying that since last week. You can see that it's even bought this week. The other week, the week before last week, that was sometime middle of last month, I said I was expecting a buy. It bought. I'm still expecting the yen basket to buy all the way up here, all the way up here. Okay, I'm still expecting that to play out, but we're just going to be patient a little more to see price take off smoothly. Now, one of the reasons why we've not seen price take off as smooth as we would want, like giving us a smooth buy like this on the yen basket, is that at this point, the yen, they're just trying to keep the yen stable. They are not so much big on seeing the yen rise, and then they are trying to prevent it from falling or losing value. So the Japanese government are trying to keep the yen stable at this moment. That is why you're seeing the yen just maintaining a particular price point. If you look at pairs like GBP, JPY, USD, JPY, you see that they've been trying to maintain a certain price point. For like pairs like USD, JPY, you see it somewhere around 150, 140, 130. They're just maintaining it around there. They don't want to see it go wide away from it. And then for like GBP, JPY, I think you'll be seeing it at around 160 or 170. I can't remember now. So that is what is currently happening on the yen. So what I would usually like to do at this period is to just take quick scalps on the yen to either of these directions that I'm analyzing. So I'll just be looking out for 100 pips and I'm out on the yen, unlike where we used to see 200 pips, 300 pips in one direction on the yen. But right now, we'll just be taking the quick scalps and then we'll cut out or we exit from our position. So for the yen today, I'm expecting a buy. All right. So it bought all the way here and then it started retracing. At this point, I feel the retracement is due for a resumption back to the upside. So I'm waiting for any buy signal on the yen basket, and then I'll start selling all the yen pairs. That is what I'm just waiting for. Any buy signal on the yen basket, and I'll be selling all the yen pairs. This is my expectation on the yen. So let's look at GBP JPY, then we look at Euro JPY, and I think there are some special requests that we should look at BTC USD setup and then CAD JPY. So we'll look at those two very briefly, but let's just stay in focus with GBP JPY and Euro JPY. Now for GBP JPY, very interestingly, I'm seeing that it could still buy a little more before selling, because I'm looking at this box pattern that is right here. If you don't know the box pattern, it's one of the strategy that we usually teach here on the market color for everyone to be able to trade. So if you know you don't have any trading strategy at all, but you know how to trade, but you just need an edge. Now, if you follow the market color, we're going to be using this box pattern to be showing you how we entered and exit the market, so that you'd have a strategy you can call your own and an edge you can refine to make better trades. Okay, so that is the box pattern. Usually we would like to see this move here, a left shoulder right here, and then after the left shoulder, we would want to see price sweep this left shoulder above. So we want to see a move here and then a quick grab of liquidity, after which we want to see a break or structure. We want to see a break or structure at this point here. So we want to see price break structure to the downside. After price break structure, we want to see it come back to this place where it's swept liquidity, and then would sell off afterwards. So this is what I'm expecting to play out on GBP JPY. Now, I may not be so much interested in the buy because it's about 50 pips or so. It's not even up to 50 pips, so it's about 40 pips. So I'll be patient enough to wait for price to get here. And once it gets there, I'll be looking forward to my sell on GBP JPY. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting on GBP JPY. I'll send this to the Telegram group, maybe during this market color or after the market color, so that you can take advantage of it as well. So GBP JPY, I'm looking for a sell to the downside of GBP JPY. And then once it gets to that area, I would wait on the lower time frame, because this is 4-hour time frame, except you want to have about maybe 70 pips stop loss. All right, so unless price gets there, if price gets to GBP JPY's area, that particular place that I've marked, and then I see another move, then I'll be willing to take my trade to the downside. Okay, so that is that on GBP JPY. Now let's look at the other pairs that I've mentioned so far. Let's look at Euro JPY shortly. So for those that are asking about the markup, I'll send the markup later after the yen, after the whole market analysis this morning. So what I'll advise you to do before we exit GBP JPY, now if you mark this from here to here, you see that this is about 100 pips or 90. Yes, about 90 pips, 98 pips. So I would advise that when price gets into this level right here, go and look for those patterns that you like to use to enter the market. Okay, those patterns that you like to use to enter the market, when you see it around this area here, then you take your sell position to the downside. So once price is here, start looking for your entry pattern. Some people like to use engulfing pattern. Some people like to use variation, which is something that some people call, I think, evening star and morning star. If you see those patterns printing on 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame inside this place, then we'll be taking our GBP JPY sell all the way to the downside. Okay, so this is my bias on GBP JPY. Now for Euro JPY, all I'll just have to do is to wait, because if I want to see the similar thing happen on Euro JPY, then it is going to be very far, because this is where Euro JPY's own is going to form, somewhere around here. It's going to be very, very far. It may take a while before price plays out accordingly. Now for Euro JPY, I have some little more specifics compared to GBP JPY. I want to see price take out this high here. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you see the high clearly. So this is Euro JPY 1 hour time frame. So I would want to see price take out this high here. Okay, and then once it takes out that high, trades into this level here, I'll now take my sell to the downside. But that may not happen immediately. Okay, that is one thing that I'm seeing, and is bringing sort of a conflict to my point of interest. So if GBP JPY gets to its own point of interest fast enough, I'll start selling GBP JPY because I don't think Euro JPY may get there as fast as GBP JPY would. You can see the distance. For GBP JPY, it's about 40 pips to get to the point of interest. For Euro JPY, it's about 81 pips to get to the point of interest. So if anyone that gets there first, I'll take my trade and then trade it all the way to the downside, especially if it is GBP JPY. Okay, so this is my bias on the pair that I just mentioned now, which is Euro JPY. I'm looking for a sell, and if price gets to my point of interest, I'll be selling it. So this is where I'm expecting a sell. Then ride it all the way to this level here because I'm expecting. Oh, sorry, let me clear this. Okay, so I'm expecting this. Okay, I'm expecting price to take out this level, so I want to see it trade all the way here. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro JPY. Okay, so GBP JPY, I'm expecting the sell-off. Euro JPY, I'm expecting the sell-off. So I'll just patiently wait and see when price gets into any of these two places. Then I'll take my trade and ride it all the way to the downside. Now let's take a few comments and then some special requests. Prince Daniel, only you're asking for CAD JPY, asking for USD JPY. Just come and take me. Okay, so let's just look at USD JPY quickly. Okay, so for USD JPY, now I'm caught up between a conflict of USD JPY because for the dollar index, even though I expect it to continue selling, it's looking like it wants to reverse, but I expect it to continue selling. And while that is happening, I'm also expecting the yen basket to start buying. So when that is playing out, I'm looking out to see a sell-off on USD JPY. My bias on USD JPY is a sell-off all the time from, I think, May. Was it May? Yeah, we just exited May, right? So all the while from May, I've been expecting a USD JPY sell, and it has been selling since the middle of May. So I expect that sell to continue all the way to the downside when price gives us a good entry point to look for another round of sell. So for USD JPY, my bias is a sell. If you go to the lower time frame, you see an entry pattern that almost printed around here, but then price stubbornly went up again. So for this guy, what I'm waiting for right now is to see if price will break this place here. Once price breaks this place on USD JPY, I'll be running my sell to the downside. You can see that the structure has shifted on the 1 hour time frame. It's a clear sell structure on the 1 hour. All this was just a retracement. It has grabbed liquidity all the way to the upside, even to this very last liquidity point here. Let me show you on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, even to this last liquidity somewhere around here, it has grabbed all the liquidity there. Now, I don't think there's any more liquidity to be grabbed, except price wants to change moves. But then I'm expecting this break. Once it breaks this level, you can also see it on 15 minutes. If it breaks this level, I'll be looking to sell off USD JPY all the way to the downside. So this is my bias on USD JPY. I'm expecting a sell, all right? But then if the dollar index continues to buy, now let me just quickly show you the dollar index so you see what I'm making reference to. So for the dollar index, let's remove this so that we're clear. So for the dollar index, it is retracing, like I said, but then I'm expecting it to continue selling. So I'm very bearish on the dollar. The moment the dollar resumes its sell, then I'll be going short on USD JPY. So I think the sell on the dollar index may just be ending somewhere around here, because if you flip this from here, swing high to swing low, you see that it has gotten to a good place, selling off this particular order block right here. Okay, so that's the other block on the dollar index. The moment it has completed, which I believe it has, we should be seeing it sell off, and it has given us this first rejection candle. I'm expecting further sales on the dollar index. Hence, I'm expecting more sales on USD JPY. So for USD JPY, I'm just waiting to see it break here because I don't want to just jump into the market. I want to see confirmation. Once it gives me that confirmation, I'll be selling USD JPY to the downside. So my bias on USD JPY is similar to my bias on all the other yen pairs that I've analyzed. GBP JPY, Euro JPY, all of them, I'm expecting a clear sell across board. Okay, so I believe I've answered your question. So, okay, so someone is saying just analysis on GBP JPY. It says you believe the GBP-JPY should to be on the rise. Yeah, so one thing that I'm looking out for on GBP-JPY is that I want to see that clear break. Okay, it hasn't given me the clear break that I want to see. Now, if you look at the channel, it's showing you more of a downside channel, and then price is struggling to break this high. Okay, as I see price struggling to break this high, I'm just trading it within this zone. I just want to trade it within this zone. Now, if I'm looking at it on the weekly time frame, it may take a while before it fully plays out what the weekly time frame is showing us. But then, looking at what is going on the yen generally, yeah, GBP-JPY could buy, but I expect it to just buy into this level here on the 4-hour time frame and then sell off. But overall, on the weekly time frame, I'm not convinced enough for this buy as much as I am for the sell. So I'm expecting a sell on GBP-JPY. Now, if you look closely, that has been stuck within this range for a while. Okay, that's been stuck within this range for a while, and which is very typical of the yen basket. It will be stuck within a range for a while, and then when there is a clear news, it can now break out. You can see something similar happened around here. It was stuck within this place for a while, and then when there was clear fundamental that is going to send price up, it's where it started going back up. Same thing will happen in many other places that you see if you look at a inside study of GBP-JPY. So I'm expecting that it's going to be stuck here for a while. While it is stuck here, on the 4-hour time frame, I'll be taking trades in that light. Okay, let me remove this. So while it is stuck there, I'll just be taking the trades in this manner. So trade from here to here. When it gets here, it terminates. I'll be looking for another buy back to the upside. So even though I expect it to buy, but then I don't think it's going to buy immediately from here. So I would wait for it to give a discount. And for it to give a discount, it has to sell. Now, knowing how wide the range is, you can look at this range from here all the way here. This is about a 350 pip range. So because I would not want to buy at premium, I would want to buy a discount. So for that, I'll be waiting for a GBP-JPY sell from here. When it gives me a sell all the way to this level, now I know that it's as premium. I will now be looking for the buy. So the reason why I would not want to buy at this moment, even though there may be more reasons to buy later on, is because it is already at a premium price. So I want to sell it off to a discount price and then buy it back up. And then, like I said earlier, it is a 350 pip range. It may take like 3 days, it could even take a week before it gets to a good sell position. So why not sell it off and then make some profits off the maybe 200 pips range is going to travel in my direction before I take my buy. So I agree with your analysis, but then I would want to buy at a discount level. So that is why I may not be looking out for a GBP-JPY buy right now, but maybe later on. Then lastly, someone said we should also we should just take a quick peek at BTC. Now for BTC, at this moment, seeing that there's no fundamental that is driving it, it has traded once again into the new all-time high of 110. Last time was at 109, if I'm not mistaken. Now it has traded to 111,000. So at this point, usually when it trades to a new all-time high, as it is its character, if you see any sign of a sell, then you should be taking the sell. Because it's going to give you some discount price before it buys back again. So for BTC, this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a quick sell. Or if you look at the daily time frame, I'm looking forward to seeing BTC sell off somewhere to around 90,000. All right, I'm looking at a quick sell somewhere around 90,000, which is right here. Okay. So 90,000 is where I'm seeing BTC sell to. So you can also look at just 88,000. So if that's not so bad. So somewhere around here. Okay, so somewhere around there is where I'm looking to see BTC trade. So I want to see it take out all these guys here. Sorry, let me fix this. So I want to see BTC take out all these guys here. And it has taken out the first one. I want to see take out this guy, all the way to the downside. Seeing that it has created a new all-time high, I am bearish on BTC USD. Okay, so I believe I've answered your question. So I'm looking to sell off BTC USD moving into the remaining part of this week until Friday. By Friday, I'll take off all my positions, as that will be the last NFP for this quarter. So it might be massive, but it might not even move the market at all. So I just want to watch and see how the market plays out. Like, you know, I don't like to rush news events. I would want to see them play out and then analyze afterwards, instead of just going to grab those quick 10, 20, or 50 pips that the market is going to give at that point. Usually it's like gambling to me. So I'll just want to wait and see what happens afterwards, understand the news, understand the trajectory of the market after the news, and then analyze to get a good entry for my trades. Okay. So I hope I've answered all the questions and I've taken all the comments that were mentioned in the chat box. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. Someone is saying I was going to sell on NZD CHF, but it's not playing out. Please, should I close it? Now, I don't know the reason why you entered the trade, so I may not be able to give you a strong analysis on NZD CHF. You may be entering the trade to just get a quick scalp and exit. So I don't know what your analysis is. So I didn't even look at it. It's not even on my radar. I've already analyzed all the trades on my radar this morning. So NZD CHF is clearly not on it. So I don't know why. I don't know what it is doing. So I may not be able to look at it clearly. So if, from what I'm seeing here, it is ranging. So it may take a while before it sells off deeply as you expected based off the analysis on 4-hour time frame. But right now it is ranging, giving this consolidation. It may sell off afterwards, but it may also take time. So I don't know what is driving it at this moment, but I would advise that now that it's in somewhat of a premium level here, it will sell off afterwards. So you can just break even on your trades and then wait for it to sell off. If it stops you out on break even, then you know you're not making any loss. All right, so that is all I can advise you to do. I didn't give it enough time to analyze, so I can't give you a clear bias. So I'll just advise you break even, seeing that it is ranging at this point. If you are not so confident in the trade, just break even and then watch it play out, so that you don't exit prematurely and you say, oh, I wish. And then if I say you should close and markets are going in your direction, you say, oh, I gave you a wrong analysis. If I say you should hold it and hit your stop loss, you say, I gave you wrong analysis. So the only thing I can tell you to do is to just break even and then watch the market play out. If you analyze it clearly, you will see that it is on the premium zone after this buy. On this range part, it is on the premium zone. You can see the range I drew out. It's in the premium zone of the range. So it has more likelihood to sell than to buy at this moment. So you can just break even and hold it and watch it play out afterwards. So last comment I'm going to take is from, I think, page something like that. So I can't pronounce the name because it has some numbers on it. So it says, where are you looking to buy gold? So I'm looking to buy gold around somewhere here, around this place where price is at the moment. So what I said I'm looking out for is my entry signature. So I want to see my entry pattern print out somewhere around here, and then I'll take my buy on gold. When I talk about my entry pattern, I'm talking about something like an evening star printing out somewhere here, or an engulfing pattern printing out here. If I see this kind of thing printing out around this place where gold is, then I'll take my buy to the upside. It is in a good place to buy. I'm just waiting for my entry pattern to give me a confirmation so that I can take my buy on gold. Okay, so I hope I've answered the question and the question of every other person. We took more time today for analysis because I was trying to answer everybody's question so that we'll make sure we are all on the same page. Okay, so I'll share some of my markups on the charts on the Telegram group quickly. And then for gold, once it prints out my pattern, I would also send it and you know what to do. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone who joined today's market color. If you missed any of the analysis we made from GBP, USD, Euro, USD, gold, GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, USD, JPY, you can go back and watch it on the YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is Value Flow Trading Hub. Okay, you see it on YouTube, and you can also take advantage of the trades we've called out right there. We're going to meet again by 2 p.m. GMT +1, so that we'll look at what we've analyzed and how they are playing out, so that we'll know if we're changing a position. If we're changing our positions based on our analysis, we'll change it. If not, we'll just continue with the bias that we have this morning. Okay, so once again, thank you very much for showing up to the market color. We didn't have enough time to welcome the new people. I think there are a couple of new people who are joining us for the first time. If you're joining us for the first time, we have something for you, maybe on Friday or next time, but we've taken much of our time today. So next time we're going to welcome you properly to the market color community. Okay, so we're going to see you again by 2 p.m. Until then, I wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless. Remember to apply proper risk management across all board for all the trades we've called out. Okay, see you later.